Hi, I'm Andile Kumalo, and you're watching Entrepreneurs Stay Alive, brought to you by I'm an Entrepreneur. So as we all know, government has been encouraging social distancing as a means to curb the spread of the coronavirus. Now, this announcement has gotten a lot of people scrambling around the country on how to get their teams to be productive by working from home and staying away from the office. Joining me on the line to discuss this topic of how we, as entrepreneurs, can one, manage our teams better when they're working off-site, and two, to find out the tools that we can use in order to achieve this. I've got Musa Kalenga from Bridge Labs. He has also recently been named the best individual contribution to digital by the IAB South Africa, fresh from that win last week. And also Edith Leeuta. She is the human capital executive at NL Consulting, a lady who's quite experienced in advising companies on how to deal with people issues. Welcome, guys. How are you? We are social distancing. We're all using Zoom. We're already doing our part, hey?
Yeah, we're all good. Thank you.
All right, let me start with you, Edith. I mean, this is pretty big for us as small businesses. We're not used to this. You kind of have a place of work where you go to every day and you see your people. Now they're going to be working from home, connecting into the office, connecting with you, connecting with clients. What are the things that I should keep in mind as an entrepreneur to the extent that now this is my new reality?
As an entrepreneur, I think that thanks for the opportunity, Angela, and social distancing is great because I can work from home and not wear makeup. So hello world without makeup. See, the thing about it that I've been thinking about and speaking to my clients a lot about is that we've always had solutions about remote work. And for probably the past 20 years, we've been talking about it from an HR point of view. How do we have flexible working solutions? At first, it was a problem. Well, I guess it was to address the needs of women in the workplace who've just had babies. So there've been quite a number of tools. There's TeamViewer, there's quite a lot that I'm sure our colleague will talk about now. But when you are an entrepreneur and you have a team and you have a team of people, or an employer with a team of people, what you really need to be looking out for is what the outputs are. What do you want your people to deliver to you? Because I think that we've become so used to reporting to work, used to seeing people at work, and misconstruing that as productivity. And we all know that's not true. And I think that now we have a stark reality of really evaluating what work actually means.
Absolutely. Musa, let's talk about the tools that achieve that for us. What should I be using in order for me to make sure, as Edith says, I can measure that productivity, I can measure that delivery?
There's four key tools, but I think the starting point that has to be emphasized is that you have to have your processes in place. So back to Edith's point is that everybody that's working from home still has to be very clear about what they need to deliver and how they need to do it. And once you got that in place, we've been using four very key tools. The first one is Asana, which effectively helps everybody to keep a track and a running record of all the tasks that they need to do. It's also a very quick flash reference to be able to integrate other people into tasks that you have to have collaboration on. So that's the first one. The second one is Slack. Slack is technically, it's pretty much a project collaboration tool. So you set up channels and you have projects that are those channels, and you add different people to those channels, and you can collect data, information, updates, everything in one place regarding different projects that are represented as channels. The third one, which I think is important and obviously sometimes understated, is still WhatsApp. A lot of our kind of broader announcements that go out to everybody. Yep, I do my weekly check-ins with the team regarding kind of where we're at and how things are going via WhatsApp voice note. So I send it out to everybody.
When my employees are working at home, Edith, are they still my responsibility? Should I be checking on them? Am I still responsible for their health, etc.?
Yes, because the time is still yours. When we work for someone, all they own is your time. So there's still 40 hours to 45 hours in a week that we have to work. That's what we are contracted to do. And yes, I know that some contracts of employment say that you're contracted to perform this duty at my premises, but things have changed now. So, but that doesn't remove the 40 hours or 45 hours a week that you have as an obligation to your employer, and that you have to take care of your people in that time. And I think that you cannot expect your employees not to interact with their family because everybody's at home, you know. But you can have scheduled ways in which you can do it that is systematic and that talks to what you want to achieve. I think this is a great time for all of us to go back to the drawing board and understand what we really mean by outputs and deliverables and what the expectations are.
All right, cool. So as a wrap up, Musa, do you want to have some closing words and how people can get hold of you?
I just want to close off by saying I think this is like one of the biggest social experiments for the country around remote work. And I'm quite fascinated to see the outcome. I mean, Edith mentioned 45 hours. This last week, we've seen our teams clocking in much more than that in terms of working from home. So I think productivity is going to spike, and I'm interested to see whether it comes down. Because as we get used to it and it becomes less novel, I wonder whether it wears out, because I'm pretty sure at some point people will start gaming the system. But I suppose we need to watch the space, right?
It's a great opportunity for organizations to reinvent themselves and to rethink what really is important to them with regards to servicing their clients, both internal and external clients. And just being mindful that, you know, we've got other spheres of our lives that are just as important as work.
There we go. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate that very much. Well, there you go. Entrepreneurs, if you wanted to get any clarity or the tools you could use to make sure that your team and yourself, by the way, are a lot more productive in the home front, that's the information. Get hold of Musa, get hold of Edith if you need more information. Thank you so much, guys.